4 sets ago, in Ursula's Return, we got our very first look at Disney Lorcana's single-player and cooperative series, the Illumineer's Quest. In the first one, named Deep Trouble, you and some fellow Illumineers could team up to take down Ursula, taking back the Hexwell crown and preventing her from taking over all of Lorcana. Well, now the Illumineer's Quest is back.
In this version, Palace Heist, we're sneaking into Jafar's palace to steal the Hexwell crown back. I am so excited to open this product because I feel like they've done a lot of upgrades in the past year. We have a whole new box and I can't wait to see all of the new features inside.
We're gonna dive in and tell you what we think and whether or not you think this product is worth your time. Let's go.
Let's take a look.
So here it is, the Illumineer's Quest. This is our first look at this product.
I know, the box is so nice.
Yeah, why talk about the box and why we think it's so impressive this time around?
So last time, if you've been playing Lorcana for a few sets, the last Illumineer's Quest was kind of in their gift set box, and you basically had to destroy the box to get into it. So there was no like putting it on a shelf and being able to reuse the box, really. I also have heard rumors that the game board itself inside has been kind of upgraded. I'm really excited to see that. But this is almost like a villainous box.
Yeah,
so
like a board game.
Yeah. Would you
Scalpel?
like ceremonial scissors,
Let's do it.
sir?
Shh, we gotta sneak in here.
Oh, yeah.
We're sneaking in.
To Jafar's palace.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, this is really cool. On the back of the box, you see all the things that's coming inside.
A lot of the features. When they announced Illumineer's Quest, about a year and 2 months ago, they were announcing the Ursula's version. We had the opportunity to be on Lorecast while they announced it, and I, no joke, in front of thousands of people, broke down into tears because I was so excited that they were releasing a co-op version of Lorcana because I absolutely love co-op games. And I think that this is such a fun way to engage like more casual or newer players in this game because it's not as intimidating. It's not as competitive. It's competitive, but you're playing against the game. And so I just think that this is such a fun format for Lorcana.
Totally agree. PvE, as they say.
Look
player
at
versus
the
environment.
I'm sorry. Like, look at the inside. There are compartments. Like, you can really like put this all back together, put it on your game shelf, and break it out on a Friday night with different friends coming over and play it time and time again. I'm so excited for this like upgrade to the box.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the art on the side here. Yeah, so when the first set came out, like one of the things that we talked about with various people is in the TCG world, we're used to thinking of TCGs as things you buy, and then you take the cards apart, and then you put them in your binder, and then you go from there. This though is more like a board game.
It's like straddling a board game in a TCG. Yeah. And
we won't go over all the rules to this particular game, but we will talk about the overall concept and why it's more like a board game than a typical TCG. I am going to start busting open products here, but one thing.
First it has a board.
Yeah. One thing I want to tell everybody though, look, like there's certain things in here which you may not want to see if you're going to experience this game for yourself. First off, I will say I'll talk about this in a minute. We're not gonna open this on this video. Go to Reddit if you wanna see, I don't know. But we're not gonna spoil the surprise for people. This should only be opened once you beat Jafar.
We're not gonna spoil the surprise for us. We don't know what's in that envelope yet.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
we're not gonna spoil the surprise for anybody. I'm gonna put this off to the side. I'm actually gonna put this off so we don't get any glare off of it or anything, but we're not gonna open it. So that's a surprise for anybody who sees that.
Open that when you win.
But the other thing I'm gonna say is there's also some art and stuff like on Jafar's deck here, which you may want to experience for the first time and be shocked when you play it. I'll give everybody a spoiler warning before I open this, but we'll open that last.
Okay.
But until then, yeah, if you want to experience a lot of this for the first time yourself, I understand if you don't want to watch this whole the way through. I'm not offended. How do I get in this?
Yeah, don't hurt the board.
Right?
So immediately, the last Illumineer's Quest, the board was actually paper. It was like a high gloss paper. And so, again, this kind of like one and done sort of feel. It was actually interesting. We filmed the same video for the last Illumineer's Quest, and something happened with the video, but because we had opened the box, we were never able to publish the video because you can't put the box back together and do it again. So I'm so happy. You saw this quality of a board with the Gateway product. When they released that, they really upgraded the board. They have little standees in that product. And so they have definitely, don't hit the camera.
Too late. Are you okay, camera?
I think you're fine. I think it was fine. I don't think it hit it.
All right.
Oh, I love the back even. That's gorgeous.
So I'm going to talk about the board real quick. Everything Aaron said about the board, I'm going to keep hitting the camera with this. Everything Aaron said about the camera is true, or the board is true. It's super high quality. It stores well. It's a huge upgrade. This is the game board side. And then we saw on a main stage that we happened to be on, they were talking about this piece of like key artwork, and it was spoiled. And they're like, it was originally supposed to be, I think, on the box or the cover. They were going to use it for something else, and then it ended up not being used, and they're like, well, let's just put it on the back of the game board.
That's so gorgeous.
It's pretty cool.
Leave it to Ravensburger to be like, yeah, we're gonna make the back of our game board gorgeous rather than just some sort of like matte black situation. So I love that.
Yeah, so that's the board. It's very high quality, and it's the kind of thing that can be taken out and used over and over again.
Yeah.
It really leans into that board game feel. These are the rules. They're the rule book. What's nice about it is you do get like kind of the lore up front here. So when you're playing the game, you can kind of understand the situation that you're in. And it's kind of immersive in that way, which is kind of cool. So yeah, rule book. Let's take a look. I'm just gonna work from left to right. This is Jafar. Now in the first Illumineer's quest, we had a card very much like this for Ursula, which described her rules and her character. This is Jafar with this key art and the back.
Oh, gorgeous.
Beautiful. And then these are some locations that come into play when you're playing the game: Jafar's throne room and the crown chamber, which change how the game is played. This is easy difficulty. This is hard. So there you go. But those come with this set, and they're sturdy. They're good quality. I like them. Let's keep moving on.
And have we heard about the difficulty of the easy level? Because I do remember playing Ursula, like the Illumineer's quest with Ursula. The easy level was, I remember Matt Ang calling it, it's the less hard level.
Right.
It's not the easy level, it's the less hard level.
I've not heard anything, honestly. One note I will say, though, you saw me opening this up. I mean, these storage bags come with this, and you have another one here, so it makes storage easier, and we'll talk about that in a moment when we get these deck boxes, too.
But there's even, like, slots in the actual box for those sorts of things. Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's, like, nice and thick.
So, nice and thick. This is the Fate Reforged. This is another gameplay item, obviously. Super cool art. And yeah, super thick cardstock. So again, just the quality of this is
Are you about
really
to tell
good.
me we have 3 deck boxes in here?
Yep.
Love it!
This is super cool. This is a huge upgrade, folks.
Yeah, huge.
This is huge. So like, look, you have 3 decks that come in this box. We're gonna open it in a second.
These actually look like,
yeah, like this is the Jafar deck, his hero deck. You did not get these in Ursula. And one thing I will say, I'm gonna note here, as we build these.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure.
If you look at the size of the box, they're meant to hold sleeved cards. So you can sleeve these up, protect the game cards. This is a board game, but it's also a TCG, and in TCGs, you want to protect your cards. So, yeah. So this is Jafar's deck.
Like this chef, Goofy, I wonder if this is like a playback to the restaurant at the Disneyland Hotel.
Oh, maybe.
That's like the Chef Goofy.
Oh,
hotel.
maybe.
I don't know. Just
Could be.
curious.
I'm not gonna build this one. You guys all get the concept.
I'm gonna build this one. Don't worry.
Okay,
Keep talking.
Aaron's gonna build that one while I keep talking. But yeah, these are a lot sturdier, I think, than the boxes that we used to get early on the first troves in Lorcana. We kind of got these paper boxes in the troves, and these are actually a thicker cardboard, like a thicker cardstock, and they're actually fairly durable. So these are gonna hold up coming in and out of the boxes.
Yeah, these it's like almost like a dragon shield quality, like of the box. Like the
Dragon
box
shield quality? Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking about
like
when you buy the cardboard
Yeah.
boxes. Yeah, it's better than that. Actually,
yeah, it's kind of thicker than that.
Yeah.
So just if you know those boxes.
Yeah. But those boxes are sturdy.
Yeah.
So these are them. This is actually super
I mean,
great.
some people use those as like their long-term like card boxes. So.
Yeah. And these are super great. You can see they're probably meant to fit in here and fit in here, and this goes, I don't know.
Oh yeah, where does that go? It has to go there.
This goes somewhere. Probably.
But that doesn't fit.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this goes somewhere in here. To show how it works. But this is super cool. We'll figure out how to restock that later, but yeah, it's super cool. All right, let's take a look at these decks. I'm actually gonna do, this is all gonna be cards that we know, that we've seen before for the most part, and this is gonna be a lot of new art. Actually, I'm just gonna dump these real quick. And
Counters,
super cool. Pre-punched, sorry Aaron, you don't get to punch all these out. A lot of times, you know, in board games, they come like, and you got to punch all the things out.
That is probably one of the most satisfying things about buying a new board game is punching out all the cardboard.
Well, unfortunately, no punching here because all these tokens are
Pre-punched.
pre-punched. All right, so
Missed
this is our first deck. Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
Okay, so
very shiny.
So this is something that we have to talk about. Okay, so look,
So pretty.
in the first Ursula game, the title cards from that game had a different treatment on it to indicate that they came from the decks, from these decks. Here, we're getting the same exact thing. So there's two things that are unique about this version of this card. One is the foiling process. This is not the normal rainbow foil. This is similar to the wavy foil that we saw on the special edition Stitch from the Stitch gift set. So you can see those, I think it comes across on camera, you can see those waves there. And then the other thing that you're seeing is these sand effects here that are waving across the card, kind of like blowing away. That is also unique to this card. So only cards coming from this particular game will have that treatment. So if this card becomes a played card and you want to bling out your deck a little bit, you could go here. Super cool that we're getting a legendary too, like a foil legendary. And same, you can see the same rainbowy wave treatment here and then the same sand effect here on these cards. So that is super,
Gorgeous.
super cool. Love that a lot. Here, it's interesting. So we're gonna have a mix of cards here that we've seen before and that are new. Also, the Fifth Spirit, everybody knows, a lot of competitive play, Into the Unknown. I'm just gonna go through these fairly quickly. But we do see new cards, old
Now,
cards,
are these going to be
frozen
impacted?
cards.
Are these basically set 5 and after? Is this going to be impacted by the set rotation?
No, not for this particular product. So this is set 5, for example.
But but set 5 is we're staying.
Yeah,
so it's
but-
like anything 1 through 3.
So it's a good question. So with this particular product, you can play anything you want.
Right.
But it would be an interesting choice to put cards in here that are going to be rotated out in case you wanted to use these competitively. And I will say, quick scan, there's nothing in here set 4 or earlier.
Okay.
A lot of set 8, a lot of set 7, and the there's fun theming here. It's a lot of Frozen with a splash of a couple other things, like Tipo for some ramp, Sapphire Coil for some control. There's a Sisu, but there's a ton of Frozen in here. It's mostly Frozen. So that's a fun theme deck, and these are gorgeous.
Yeah,
just gonna say.
absolutely gorgeous.
All right, next deck. Here's that goofy, same treatment we have there. And the Bolt, beautiful card.
From last set.
This is just a gorgeous card. I mean, overall. And then here, same deal. We'll flip through real quick. A lot of Bolt, a lot of Lilo and Stitch.
There's an Invitation to Fall. We know that card very well.
We
At this
do
point.
a lot of Bolt, Rhino, Vanellope, Healing Touch. We revealed that card.
We revealed that card.
Yeah, love that card.
We painted Liam Gray.
Yeah, did a whole Grand Pabby thing. This is the deck. These are made to be the starter decks out of the box. But of course, in this product, you can play any deck you want against.
You can actually like buy the 2 starter decks for the set, and like those could be your augmented decks. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. So spoiler warning here. You may want to experience the art and the cards in this deck for the first time when you're battling Jafar and have it be a surprise. If you're worried about that, skip ahead. I'll try to post something where you can skip to, but here we go. So this deck is Jafar's deck. It features a unique back here, indicating it's part of Jafar's deck. And we're gonna see cards in here that we don't see anywhere else in Lorcana. Starting with this super cool Metal Scorpion that Jafar has built in the Forge. Palace Guard, Crown Hunter, part of Jafar's lackeys. Iago, Raucous Lookout. A couple of him here. Razul, Unyielding Guard. So we're getting the full Aladdin effect here.
So these are not allowed to be played in
Treasure
competitive
Guardian.
play.
Nope. Now, of course, if you're playing casually, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can throw these cards in your deck if you want. It's weird, but you can do
But
it.
you can't go show up at like league or competition with them.
No. But super cool. The Sultan Spectral Ruler. So these are all illusions, which is super cool. Like you look at these and you're like, oh, why is Genie with Jafar? Well, no. If you look at the art, the sand there is dissolving, and so like these are illusions that Jafar has created. Same with this Jasmine. This Jasmine art, Aaron, is some of the best art in the game, hands down. I'm gonna leave that for you to look at because I got to see that already. Gazim, Ruthless Ruffian, he does not look like Illusion. He just looks like he's teaming up with Jafar. Iago, Monumental Scarab, Gargantuan
stunning.
Cobra, Tiger Behemoth, Abu, Cheeky Phantasm, Aladdin, Misleading Phantom, Basil, Shadow Sleuth. All of these heroes are in fact illusions. Sandblast, we're getting into some actions here. Destructive Misstep. Brilliant art there. That is, look at that art.
That's gorgeous.
Jafar's Face, Sudden Power, Arcane Quake. These are all actions that are gonna make your life difficult. Sandwave, Mechanical Snake, Mechanical Snake, Mechanical Snake, Mechanical Snake. I think those are the goons of the set. Fiery Basin, Giant Hourglass from the film. And here we have some locations. These are new. I'm not sure the exact rules on these yet, but these are obstacles, which have different rules than normal locations. So we're seeing these for the first time. Cobra Pit, Endless Staircase, Royal Armory, Heavily Guarded, Crystal Gate, Depot Labyrinth, Hall of Illusions, Clockwork Sawblades, Ink Moat. Here we go. So, I don't know, Aaron, what I have thoughts. This here and this are everything you're getting in this product. Aaron, what are your thoughts?
Along with these like gorgeous deck boxes.
Along with the deck boxes. What are your thoughts?
I really want to invite our friends over and play.
Me too. Me too.
This is so fun because you, like Liam said, you can add 2 more decks to this, play with 4 players. So I'm really excited to play this.
I'm double checking. And
it says add 1 to 2 more players.
Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, 4 players to play, and yeah, here's the thing. You're gonna hear this theme over and over again throughout this video, and when you look at whether or not this product is for you, it is obviously part of a TCG, but you have to think of this product as a board game, a game that is meant to be taken off the shelf and played over and over again. What makes it different than a normal board game, though, is you can change the play experience and the replayability by bringing in new and different decks and trying new and different tricks. And the fact that you can play up to 4 players means that you can adjust the game each and every time. So the nice thing is it's got a lot of replayability. Yeah. And because they've gone with this with the box with these high quality storage boxes, like it's gonna go up on the shelf and come down super easily. And if you're more into the TCG side and less the board game side, it's still a fun product. And if you're a collector, these treatments on these cards are just fantastic.
Are absolutely stunning.
And who knows what's in here?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm assuming it's some sort of hint maybe about what's to come in Lorcana.
I will say, the last thought I'll leave you with, and I don't want to spoil, but I will say, we all know that in Ursula's Return, what this card was a unique version of a card from a future set. So it was a spoiler, as you said, of what's to come in a unique treatment. Who knows what this is? It could be anything.
Yeah.
It could even be a boat.
Even be a boat?
That's a Family Guy reference. All right, with that.
Sorry. Apparently I don't want you to know.
If you know, you know. Let me know in the comments. It can even be a boat. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it.
Let us know what you think of this product. What sort of decks do you want to add to this setup when you invite friends and family over to play with you? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
And stay tuned for a gameplay video.